Top of the morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Zuko Had Luffy's his powers? Some of you might not know who in the heck is Luffy. So, Luffy is from One Piece. He ate like a devil fruit that he can stretch his arms out, his body. And later down the line, spoilers, he turns into a happy boy. So, I was trying to implement his power, or like that devil fruit that he ate, powers, into Zuko's. So, yeah. And I'm also throwing in Zumi, so, for just the fun of it. Where is she? So, sorry. Can't find it at a moment, so. So, yeah. Oh, there. Yeah. So, Zuko had this power, but quirkless. Like quirkless, but he also has the power of the devil fruit thing, and he also has the powers of infinity. Basically, he is the most powerfulest man in the entire world. And before I get these weird things, no one does hear her. So, yeah, he is pretty powerful. To be honest, when he was born with his sister Zumi, give me a moment, I'll find Zumi. So, Zumi was, I'll just say, Zumi has the same thing. But, so, like, he goes around as he stretched his entire body out. As, or let's say, because it would be hilarious if Demon Lord Meneline was in One Piece. So, in this, like, she would basically sometimes when she gets mad at Bakugo for hurting Zuko, she literally punches Bakugo, sending him flying. So, the doctor told Zuko that he's quirkless. Told old Demon Lord Meneline has a power to, or a quirk of, basically, like a same thing in the anime. So, yeah. So now I'm skipping to the thing they go, and they did the internship thing. And, yeah. They did written part, the quirk part, or the robot part, and they got class 1A. And so he stretched his entire body, okay, to absolute limit. So, hold on. This one. So he basically, sorry, I was trying to look for. Oh, here it is. So they basically accept him as Bakugo is being like, Bakugo. And so they decide to punish, or actually, Bakugo tried to hurt, like, him, but Demon Lord Maline came in and, man, she punched the Maline, yeah. So, yeah, and then Zumi tried to calm her down, because both of them are twin sisters, and Zuko's the only brother that they have. So, yeah. So I'm skipping the ball throw and the Heroes vs. Villains and USJ, because they did the same thing, but Zuko stretched his arm all the way around the Nomu's entire body, swung him around, and it took care of all the villains. And threw him up in the air and made his fist so gigantic, punched him straight up. And yeah. So then after USJ thing happened, the Principal Nezu tells Zuko that he will be suspended for the rest of the school years. So, yeah, basically, like, no one would know who he is or what he can do. So, yeah, because of he disobeyed the order from the Pro Heroes, Eraserhead, and 13. And so, but his both sisters goes to school. So, yeah. As he does, like, walk around the entire, like, city, and he stumbled upon Hero Killer Sting. And as he says, I know that I can't be a hero, but, know what? You don't have authority to harm my knee. As his infinity power activated, and it wiped Hero Killer Sting off the face of the earth. So basically he killed them. As he goes and preserves watching his own sister getting beaten up by Bakugo, that really sets Zuko off. And if plus Zuko actually when he got so mad one day, he decided to go, away, like to Iceland. And yeah, to Iceland. So he starts training harder and harder, faster and faster. But there was one opponent that he see worthy. As he activated his full power of his infinity. And yeah, he basically went full on Super Saiyan after that. And some of the pro heroes, like Stars and Stripes girl, could feel how much energy he coming from somewhere. As the weather randomly changes in Japan and Iceland to make it like, as Mountain Lady even said, what the heck's going on? It's like someone just brought a tornado around, or brought the entire like elementals around. As she's asking one of the pro heroes, as they don't know what is heck going on either. As only person that really knows is his mother. Or no, actually All For One looked at the weather casting and looked outside, and he sees what is going on. It's someone's quirk that allows them to change the weather faster than the speeding bullet. So yeah, he basically, Zuko trained hard, so his body became more muscular and more like stretchable. So yeah, and sorry if you are hearing a fan going in the background, sorry. And yeah, basically Zuko, or so at the at US where Stars and Stripes are, they said that the only one area that it's radiating off of is Iceland. As Zuko is like, he's telling every creature to go somewhere else. It was actually, let's say it was killer whales and like anything that's dangerous. They see how powerful he really gets when he gets his power going. As Stars and Stripes, when she arrived at there, she sees what it turns out is a child with a most powerful quirk. most dangerous, as he turns, hold on, as he turns, as he says, "May I help you?" As yes, we have some few questions, and you know it's against the rules of don't use quirks unless you're certified. Huh. Well, that is not my quirk. It's actually my power. As they, as she's like confused, like, wait, so you're quirkless, but you have this much power at your fingertips. As he says, yes, that's correct. Okay. As even when Nezu could feel, or when he attract the where the weather thing is, only one area is accessible. So it was Iceland. So they went in. So he asked like 3 pro heroes to go investigate. He asked All Might, Midnight, and Mountain or Bunny Girl. Oh. As All Might says, well, it's probably that kid using his powers or quirk. I am not so sure, but just check. Okay? As he says, sure. As they go check, and they see Stars and Stripes and Herman talking to this kid or this gentleman. And the gentleman with green hair, as All Might knows him as Zuko Midoriya. So, yeah. Zuko was basically talking to Stars and Stripes. So All Might shows up with the other people, and he asked Zuko to come back home with us. As he says, no, you guys, or after you banned me from, or after that little incident, abandoning me from school, and me seeing my sister getting beaten up by Bakugo, and it's as he activates his full power, as he says, well, you're her, it's done and over. As weather starts to change faster and faster, it like made even tornadoes started to form. And yeah, And he used as All Might couldn't believe how powerful he is. So the pro heroes, including like military, had to run in to try to grab him and mobilize him, but he was too strong. Just like one flick of a finger, sending them all back to their homes as he evolved into another form. Yeah. He is more calmer and he tilts his head. And as he says, how is my home doing? As he picks up his stuff, teleports Earth to there. As no one knows that he's actually there. So then all for one, or like now the camp park, or after, I'm skipping the camp park thing, and because Zumi couldn't believe that her own, or that it was driving her insane of the weather. So yeah. So now the Zuku basically, and I'm saving this part, like saving this until got to tomorrow's one. Then I'll upload it for tomorrow. So see you guys, or so hold on. I almost said that. So then All Might was against All for One. All Might was down, but not out. But All for One was gonna use a laser thing as it triggers, like as Zuko stepped in, and yeah, he basically won.
This list will be going over the worst cards that require 2 tributes.
Sorry about that. It was just something turned on. Sorry. So, yeah. He stepped in and he says, you're pretty crazy to face against this dude, All Might. As All Might knows that voice from anywhere, as it was Zuko. As he says, As All Might says, get away from here, kid. It's not your fight, it's my fight. As All for One says, Zuko, you must be the one that changes the weather 24/7, faster and faster. Yes. Your doctor, or your doctor lied to you. You actually had a quirk called Hate Buster. But it seems like you don't hate anyone. Yeah, really don't. I don't hate everyone. I do really care about you all, or them all. But you, All Might, or All for One, I know that all about you, or your quirk, and One for All. As he says, you you created your own anti like quirk so that you can and take your own or that can limit you. You learn fast. As All Might couldn't believe that he already knew about One for All and All for Ones. Plus, I also know that you gave the One for All to my sister, or All Might. As All Might couldn't believe that, how did he, or in his own mind, he says, how did he know about that? Now, let's begin our fight. As he got all powered up, he wasn't like letting himself, as his own hatred and all the power, he became the one true monster and actually killed All for One. Straight up killed him. Done. As he like got so like as he says, well, I know that I'm not allowed back into UA, but that was fun. So, as he turns, and as he looks at All Might and says, I'm gonna go back to Iceland because rest of ya doesn't need someone like me. As he teleports out of there, as everyone is a little bit spooked out, like, but, and as Mountain Lady even says he's a nice guy, but why did we have to ban him in the first place? As Nezu says, well, it's because of he didn't like listen to his or his teachers. So that's why. But now I'm deciding to go, and let him back into school of UA. As he was like that. So yeah, he basically So then the next, or like time skip, the overhaul fight, Zuku shows up again and grabs the overhaul on the monster form, and he does what everything does. He literally slaughtered Overhaul and his goons all the way to a point of no return. So yeah, then a couple of pro heroes tried to get near him, but he just vanished without a trace. So yeah, it's been a couple days or a couple weeks have passed, as some of the students even reconsidering that creatures or their friends as a monster, like Todoroki's, as some of them agree. Sorry about that. The mom walked in on me, and so the Zuko, or so Todoroki agrees with that and things, and some of them like push Zuko out of their lives. So yeah. So now, so Nezu called Iceland, and Zuko picked up. Like, hey, what's up? And is this Zuko? Yes, I'm gonna unban you from. So, yeah. So, he comes back to school, and no one wants to talk to him. No one wants to even look at him. Like they're isolated him from their own lives. So, yeah. And he says, that's okay. And he says, and he caught up on all of his work thing really fast. Now he's a pro hero. So he's like, well, goodbye. As he leaves him again, as they, couple of them, felt like jerks to him. Like Momo even thought about how they are feeling. Like she says, guys, we should just apologize to him, and we should just accept him back into our lives. Or there was dorm system, herms, so they said that about and yeah, Zuko was who was basically goes to Iceland and then come back to school and then goes to Iceland again. So basically he is doing like training harder, underwater training. Like he literally, yeah. He's basically powerful enough to destroy us all. But there was one thing. He actually had a bedroom. And yeah, when he shows up, no one even had a nerve to, I said no one had a nerve to go walk up to him and tell him that we're sorry and all that stuff. So he keeps doing that for days after days. He never got talked to by them about the talent show thing. And only person that really talked to him was Mr. Aizawa, as he tells Zuko that it's gonna be okay to, if you want to be participating in the talent show. As Zuko looks at him and says that, then, after all, it seems like a waste of time to me. And some of them couldn't believe what he just said. As he literally trained every single day through the entire summer and winter. So yeah. Sorry about that. So yeah, the Zuko was basically said that, and he even worked through summer, winter, Thanksgiving, everything. So some of them are worried, or now getting worried about him, because he has showed up to school and then back to Iceland, back to school, Iceland, back to school. It's like, so they decided, and plus he even worked, or he starts training and through, or like, he didn't like take a break or did anything like holidays things. He trained harder and harder, faster and faster. Like, they couldn't believe this kid's power is basically, yeah. As Momo decided, or actually, Nezu decided, like, to call a school board meeting thing about Zuko. As they, so All Might is, Midnight's like, okay, why did you call us here? Well, it's about this certain student that's in your class, Mr. Aizawa. Yes, his name is Zuko Midoriya. It seems like he's trained too hard. Too much training can easily kill a person. But see that every time I look at him, or every time we look at him, he seems like he's like a skeleton that's ready to explode or to die on us. So, as Midnight's like, and the rest of them looked at them, how will we? Well, as Nezu says, well, I think we should just stop his training from, okay, and let him have the like birthday party or something, like give him a break, because that his power or his quirk of rage is taking super toll on his body. So I looked for that quirk's name, or that quirk, and what I found was not so pretty. Most of the users that uses it, they all died out. As some of them are shocked by hearing that of Zuko will be the one dies out. As he says, Mr. Aizawa, I want you to go to Iceland and stop his training. Meaning, and bring him to UA. Okay? As he says, okay. As he says, be very careful with him. I also learned that quirks, or his rage quirk, can be triggered by if he gets too mad enough. So be careful. As Mr. Sauer says, I will. As they all agree that Zuko must be stopped his training and become more like a human, because he's overworked his body so much time that he doesn't even remember his own family, his own friends. He's so isolated from them that even he was so isolated from them that even he forgot about his family. So basically, yeah, they brought him to they flew to Iceland, and he says, what do you want? As Mr. Aizawa says, well, I'm here to stop your training from getting any further. As Mr. Aizawa says. Is it because it's your body can't handle that much power. Huh. Train harder, train faster. As his own mindset, because he has to train himself, he's isolated every emotion. Like his own memory is so isolated. As so so Mr. Aizawa and everybody got close really like and grabs him by his own body and one of them knocks him out. So yeah, he basically as they like when and of course one of the wildcats was waiting and then access his memories. He's fully like restores him back to his memories. As he she was trying to break the ice on his powers. As what she saw, it was horrifying. As a giant creature emerged with his head telling her, "Go away. Hey. Go away. Or get out of my mind." As sending Wildcat flying and hitting the wall with such force. That boy's mind's too unstable. As his words were train harder, train faster, train harder, train faster. As they couldn't believe that some kid had powers of like rubbery. So this is what one of them suggests. Let's say Toga was there and she says, "How about we stab him in the heart?" Because, or actually, no. How about All Might he tries to punch? Yeah. So, basically, Zuko went full on as an or only person that really snuck right past in the dream, through the dream world, was Zumi. As she sees her brother cowering in the corner, and she whispers, "Be strong, brother, or you aren't weak, you are strong. Come on, you have a quirk." As he could hear her sister, or his sister. And yeah, he turns and looks at her as he says, "Who are you?" "I am Zumi, your sister. Please. as he says, as they used, or she used all of the powers of Hope's things, and yeah, to give himself some confidence. So yeah, now he pulled right out of it. As Zuko's body was still the same, but he's in more control of his own power. So yeah, the Zuko was basically as all my, or as most of the students says, well, you didn't have your birthday, hey, so, or any other holiday because of that, your training. So, as Nezu tells Zuko that, go ahead, have some free time. As he says, sure. And as he says, what month is it today? It's what he's saying. And he says, it's July. Or like 4th of July thing. And she says, oh man, how long was I? Well, I missed most of the holidays. Most? You missed a lot of holidays and your birthday. As he, like, literally walked away from his own, like, he, like, couldn't believe that they told him that he missed a lot of holidays. Like, even summer. He's like, huh. So, basically, school time or... No. I know it's not really ban you from school. I'm saying, like, you are now... can be celebrating it by yourself, kind of. As he says, by myself? Okay. I'm gonna be... As he kind of feels bad because, one, he couldn't believe that no one even wants to hang around with him and like celebrate his birthday or any holiday. So he goes back to Iceland and he used his power of infinity, got him some gifts of like Christmas thing, as to make him like did all that stuff by himself, as everyone was kind of feeling bad about him has to do or him having a longer break than everyone else, as he or as Nezu who told him to do that stuff. So Zuko got himself some gifts and he did a lot of like celebrate Christmas and stuff. Uh, as he's getting more depressed. As All Might, and as he actually, or All Might, and or Zuko, who, or so now it's past like 4th of July. He lights his own fireworks, and he spent time with his own by himself. As yeah, Izumi he knows that she's kind of unhappy because her brother's not with her celebrating the holidays. As he, so is he. So yeah. So now this is bye bye. Catch you guys in when I come back.